What was the toughest boss? I think for a long time the toughest boss was the Hundred-Eyed Taoist until I learned about that needle. I had a tough time with the Scorpion King, and I had a tough time with Erlang Shen, of course. Um, when I had to fight Bajie, as a like a ink demon warthog, that was tough. I thought that I wasn't gonna be able to beat that. Um, yeah. I see. The thing is, there are three different combat styles in the game. There's strike, smash, and totem. And I only opted to use smash, which is why I had a hard time with certain bosses over others. I completely and I didn't use rock hard or rock solid. I just used um, cloud step. I didn't even use cloud step that much. I only used immobilize. I never used fire circle, and I only used like the fire Guai and that lightning Guai once I unlocked him. So in a sense, I handicapped myself. Not on purpose, but I just kind of wanted to challenge myself. Um, and so, like, once I figured out a couple of different techniques against certain bosses, it became a little bit easier. So, like, Erling Shen, tough, right? But as soon as I figured out a quick way to destroy his shield, it wasn't too difficult. It was still difficult, but the Scorpion King just hits so hard. So I think I'm gonna have to go with the Scorpion King. How long did the game take? The game is $60. And I will look at how long I've been. Let me look at my total playtime for the game, and I can tell you how long it took me. This playthrough took me about 50 hours, and that was trying to go. I tried to do everything. All the secret areas, all the quests. I missed one that got locked, which sucks. So, but yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with this game because of the difficulty level. Which sounds funny coming from a guy who loves Dark Souls and loves Elden Ring. But I have enough time in those games that I don't think they're incredibly difficult anymore. This game, I really enjoyed streaming it. It was new. I'm not entirely familiar with the Chinese mythology, so it was fresh. The combat system is different and a little overwhelming at first, but I like it. I do think I like it. I I disliked how some of the features seem inconsistent. So, for example, there are some areas where exploration is a little bit easier, and some areas where it is incredibly linear. Um, there are a lot of places that you think you should be able to go, and you can't, that look open and explorable and aren't. And I experienced a lot of clipping where my monkey would get caught on something like a wall or a thing, and or collisions, I guess is a good word, and I didn't love that. And then in combat, right, there were times where like maybe this is just a controller thing, but I would press circle to dodge and it didn't work. And like you would see me. You could see my guy do the dodge. Should have been perfect timing and it just wasn't. And it added challenge to it and that's fine. But I loved the scenery. I loved the music for the most part. There are a few areas that I hated. There were a couple enemy types that I never learned how to fight and just ended up running past. But the game in it of itself, I think there are 107 or 113 bosses, which makes it very much boss oriented and so rewarding. So overall, I think I give Black Myth Mudang Wukong about an 8.5 out of 10, and I highly recommend this game. It is definitely a test of grit and determination, and it's pretty fun. So yeah, don't be afraid to use guides. I tried to figure stuff out on my own first, but with these kinds of games where there's hidden random crap, like ain't nobody got time for that. So, drinking up. Thoughts on PP Head Bird? He's definitely a G, and we hate him though. Because why has he got a PP on his head? You know what I'm saying? Um, PP Head Bird is a character in the game. Was a character in the game. Let me actually see if I've got him in my journal. He doesn't actually have a PP on his head, but he has like a weird like plume thing that looks like one. Um, I think honestly, aside from how rewarding beating a boss after struggling with it is, I loved the art style where it switched between, this, which granted we did have our troubles with the frame dropping and stream, but when you beat a chapter, you get this really cool like animated like Chinese animation style, and it was like what we just saw there with the end. That was so sick. And then W fight cut cinematics and cutscenes. As frustrating as it is to like know you failed to dodge and get hit by something, when you get comboed, it's just so cool to watch. So anyway, let's see.